Wolf. I told you I was going to do a live podcast. This is DJ Wolf Live, coming to you live from the studio here, of course. The Southern Maryland studio here. All right. This is what I got on my mind right now. Who bright idea was it to actually do a live broadcast of OJ's parole board hearing? Really? I think this was a waste of fucking time. It's a waste of fucking airspace. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm happy for OJ. I'm sure his family is ecstatic about it. He'll be getting out in a few months. He's been granted parole, as you all heard. But at this point, why do I care? I mean, if that was going to happen for him to be able to be granted parole, bless him. Otherwise, I'm not. I have other issues I'm concerned with. Why the hell are you broadcasting this on TV live when you could be broadcasting stuff about town halls where people are talking about issues with kids being murdered on the streets by cops and by other people? You know, homegrown terrorism by racists in this country. You could be talking about a lot of things that are more important than this at this point. But you know, the media feeds off sensationalism, and they don't give a damn about how they do it or who they cover, as long as it's something that's going to generate viewers. They have no fucks to give when it comes to reality about real issues in real people's lives. They just want the sensationalism. News ain't really news anymore, as far as I'm concerned. A lot of people I've heard have said that, and it's true. You know, at one time you had news journalists was about the business of news, investigative journalists, and all this other stuff. It's not happening anymore. That's gone in the trash. Infotainment. There's a Facebook page. I forgot what the name of it is, but the main word is infotainment. It's a black Facebook page. I just can't think. I thought it was Truth. No, it's called Truth in Infotainment. Really? So now you're trying to mix education with entertainment. Makes no sense. But like I said again, what makes no sense is putting on this freaking parole board hearing of O.J. Simpson. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. You know. One commentator was on the news, I heard over the radio on my way back, was saying, well, hopefully when he gets out, he don't be the big OJ he was known for. White woman said that. First of all, I said, bitch, please. And second of all, I was like, oh, so you telling me that O.J. Simpson can't be a black man? You telling me he has to humble down now because he's out on parole? Because when she said that, that's the first thing I thought about. This bitch is a total racist. In other words, he can't be black because he was paroled. And he need to know where his place is. I was so offended by that shit. I'm going to tell you something else I was offended by. A 1-year-old child sat in a hot car for 6 hours and died because her mama thought more about herself than about her child in Atlanta. And the DeKalb County sheriff said, he don't think it was intentional. Are you out your fucking mind? Really? You leave your daughter in a hot car for 6 hours while you go get your hair done with the car running. And you don't think that was intentional? Really? You know? Tell you the mind, they always used to say, the United Negro College Fund years ago used to say, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And it sure as hell is. For obvious reasons. You know. And, well, the media has just got to be a joke anymore. You know. And I'm thinking media and other media forms. I also heard about Ryan Seacrest of American Idol fame and of recently more fame lately of the Dick Clark New Year's Rockin' Eve properties, which I think his company is joint ventureship with Dick Clark Productions. He was slated to take over for Dick Clark several years ago before Dick Clark's passing. Dick Clark had authorized and officially wanted Seacrest to replace him. He publicly said that. Now Ryan Seacrest is back at the helm again. He's currently hosting Kelly and Ryan on the morning show. And now he's going to be, and he hosts other syndicated radio shows. Now he's going to be back hosting American Idol because ABC officially got the rights a couple of months ago. And he's officially back at the helm as host. Slated, I think, for next season. Of course, Disney owns the broadcast rights to American Idol now. So you know the ratings going to be through the roof. Again. What I don't understand, how the hell Fox get rid of a ratings juggernaut like American Idol after 15 seasons of being number one for 9 of the 15 seasons? And the lowest they had was 11 million viewers for the final season. That's a top 20 show on most weekly statuses on network channels. That's a top 20 show. 11 million viewers? Really? That's at least a 3 share, if not more. Come on. Really? It's a lot of viewers. ABC was fortunate enough to have the withdrawal to jump on it and decide, hey, let's jump on this bad boy. You know, it has a lot of potential, especially with the Disney market, if you know what I mean. So, what I'm trying to say is the media, the white-dominated media controls everything you hear and see on everything, whether it be OJ or pop music. Now, you know it's funny. You got TV One, BET, OWN. What's the other channel? Bounce TV and Aspire. You got all 5 black major channels. Do you know now one of them has a major show like American Idol? Why is that? You know? It's just because none of them controls the media. Bounce TV don't control it. OWN don't really control it. TV One don't. BET and Aspire. They don't really control their own destinies. BET at one point I thought did, but then they didn't, and now they don't. BET used to have a news division. They had a late night news, their own newscast, and then they had a talk show with Tavis Smiley, which was a huge ratings juggernaut back in the 90s. I used to watch it every night. It was that good, you know. And then they had Sunday morning programs, which were excellent as well. I used to watch all of them. TV One at one point had that too. So now they got just Roland Martin. And it goes to show you that the black media is not as powerful as they try to pretend they are. I wish they were. They're not. It's all smoke and mirrors. That's all it is. Song and dance. Smoke and mirrors. Bunch of BS. Henceforth, why we don't control what's said in the media and why we don't have a stake in it. Because we don't control or own much of it. That's the bottom line. This is DJ Wolf. Just want to give you something to chew on. This is my live feed here. I just had to get it off my chest right away. So, with that in mind, questions or comments, I can be reached at For All To Hear on Twitter, For All To Hear TV on YouTube, For All To Hear at gmail.com, For All To Hear on Facebook, DJ Wolf Live on Facebook, and DJ Wolf Online at yahoo.com. This your boy DJ Wolf saying, I'll holler back at you. I got a special podcast that I'll probably be doing tomorrow night. I'll give you a time slot, probably late night. But it's going to be on between now and this weekend. So stay tuned for that because I got more to say about the OJ trial and a bunch of other stuff. All right, guys. Got more to say on the back burner, of course, and I will be real soon. This is DJ Wolf. Signing out. Talk to you later. I'm out.